Hey everybody, Kim here. So I wanted to make a quick video about challenge groups today because challenge groups are the backbone of our business. Shakeology is the backbone of like our income, but the challenge packs truly are the backbone of our business. So please deal with my man-like voice while I'm still sick. But I really couldn't put this off anymore because it's such an important topic. So basically, in a challenge group, a challenge group is what we run for 21 or 30 days or 60 days, depending on programs and how what you've selected to do. That is where we're going to plug people in to get the help staying committed that they need for the duration of their program. Because most people start things, right, and they never finish them. And why is that? Most people lack that self-discipline and motivation that they really need to do it day in and day out when they don't want to. There's certain days that it's easy to work out. And when we all know there's days that it's really hard. There's days that you're sore or you're sick like I am right now. There's days that you're just really busy and you just don't feel like you can fit it in. And sometimes you need help realizing that you can. And more important than even the workout that you get that day or the results that you get from just one single workout is really what happens in your mind. When you realize that you can do something that you didn't think that you could, when you realize how much more power you have to create your life by design than what you previously thought. So many people are living their lives just kind of going with the flow. And thinking things are just happening to them and failing to realize that they can change it. So you're also going to get so many people that come into these groups that they are placing their hope in you. That you are their last hope, that they feel like they've tried everything in the world. They don't really believe in themselves anymore. So they need you to believe in them until they do. I can't tell you how many amazing messages I've gotten from people that have said, "You never stopped believing in me. You believed in me before I believed in myself. And that's the only reason I'm here." And although it's not the only reason they're there, it's amazing to hear. And it's really what we do as coaches, ladies. These challenge groups are where we coach people. You didn't sign up to be a salesperson, right? None of us wanted that. So don't just sell challenge packs. That's totally against what the company came up with this coaching thing for. Like Darren O'Lean and like our CEO Carl Deichler, like and Isabel, the Shakeology creators, they didn't want people just to hand to be something to be like, okay, good luck, hope it works. Like they realized on their message boards when these groups were starting and people were just getting a workout and it was collecting dust, they weren't doing it. That the few people that were and were getting results were inspiring and motivating other people to do the same. And they were sharing how they did it. The how is the huge thing. So we have to remember when people come into these challenge groups that they're looking for the how, right? So they need like they need a meal plan up front. They need templates for that. They need examples. They need you to answer their questions because honestly, if you've ever sat down and looked at the 21-day fix day one, you can remember how you felt. It's overwhelming. Like it took me 2 hours to make my first meal plan for my week for the 21-day fix. And most people, they don't have that kind of time. So like we need to help them. Like you should be putting research into your challenge groups. Like, okay, where can I find them? Like if somebody has a question, don't just waste your time answering it just for that person. Make a post about it. Tag that person in it. That way, because if one person has the question, chances are other people do too. If you're doing you're speaking with your challengers just behind the scenes, like in one-on-one messages, nobody else is benefiting from that. But you have the potential to help lots of people, including, customers or clients that maybe aren't your own. And that's all going to come back to you tenfold. But part of our team collective here is when we run challenge groups is that we aren't just commenting on just our challengers' things or prioritizing those. Not at all. That's not the way to be. To comment on everybody's things because you might relate better to, let's say, my challenger, and I might relate better to your challenger. They might get my story or get me more. And we need each other here. So it's so important to always be fully engaged in these challenge groups with everybody's challengers. And I've noticed myself in a lot of the groups I've been in. I have tried to branch out with different coaches, and unfortunately, I've been very disappointed most times. I felt like I've carried the work of the whole group on my back. That is my tendency. I'm a perfectionist. I put my all into these groups. But what I was finding was that my challengers were the rock star challengers. That was the example for everybody else. And nobody else was really doing a lot of stuff. Their challengers weren't really doing it. People were asking me questions and messages. Like other people's challengers were coming to me because they weren't really coming to their coaches or felt like they could. And it just really didn't start to work. And then coaches who started the round with me were not commenting on anybody's things by the end of the round. And I've had coaches that have literally not posted at all when they were supposed to post that day. and just killed the energy of the group, just killed where I couldn't literally like Jesus would have had to resurrect that group. So it's unfortunate because what you do in a challenge group affects the whole group and everybody's challengers. So I take that really seriously. And so I have now stopped and I'm much more careful who I pair up with. I actually got a text yesterday from somebody who asked to be in my next group and said, I promise I'll be really engaged. And I was like, you know what? So that's good because that means she realizes that this is what I want and this is the standard that I'm setting. And why I want that for you guys, I don't want to make it sound like you need to do this list of things, right? Because I do have some expectations for you. I'm going to share with you for what you should be doing if you are coaching a challenge group, just so that we're clear and so you have that information. But if you choose not to do it, that's on you. I can't force you, but it's going to affect your business. And that's where why I really care. I care about the lives that you're touching if you aren't helping them the ways that you could and you aren't truly coaching them, because that's what we are. But more importantly, like I know that each of you has a dream and a goal. That's why you're here. We all want to change our lives financially. We all want to be able to stay home with our kids or to create an amount of income that will bring a husband home or will help us to be able to stay home and afford a home or to have another child or whatever it may be, even just vacations. And so that means something to us, that fuels us forward. So I don't think that any of us wants to be running mediocre challenge groups, especially when you realize the power of a challenge group. So here's the power of a challenge group, right? This is what makes us different. This is what sets us aside from somebody just going to a gym membership or anywhere else. Like we tell people all the time, well, you don't have to get monthly fees and annual fees and well, yeah, Shakeology technically if they want to stay on it, but to get a challenge pack, they could really just do that one-time purchase, nothing else. So we don't want to be telling them, we've got this, you don't have annual fees, you don't have this and that, you're going to get, nutrition every day, you're going to get a meal plan, you're going to get like the support of a coach, one-on-one personalized coaching. We don't want to tell them that. And then just kind of be like, okay, you're in the group, right? And when they're in the group, just comment here and there. Hey, great job today. Hey, what happened with this? Hey, like on autopilot, just a real short. No, we want to give them some time. I mean, I don't want you to spend your life in a challenge group. Please don't you mishear what I'm saying. And I'm going to talk to you about how you can really be efficient with your time in challenge groups too. But I really do want to make sure that you are giving them personalized attention and help. People feel that it's going to be building a relationship. And you start that day one with a challenger. They are placing their trust in you. It is not a transaction, it is a process and a journey. And you're on it with them the day you say, I'll be your coach. So I want everybody to really think about how they can step back and view it from the eyes of someone who just purchased. I know that when I first purchased, I was like, okay, what comes next? What do I do first? When does my package come? Like, when's the challenge group? I had all these questions. So I hope that by now you are sending out a welcome email to your challengers within 24 hours of their purchase. Not when they tell you they're going to purchase, when they actually purchase and you see it in your back office. I make sure that they've got something. Or if they just message me and say, hey, I just did it. So it's a welcome email. There's one on our team page. You're welcome to use it. I made a video to welcome my challengers. I made a whole email that I wrote from scratch with things they need, including a Shakeology recipe that they should start drinking their shake day one when it comes and why. The little video on Shakeology and the importance of it. I talked to them about logging into Beachbody On Demand. They can start their workouts day one and about just some questions that they might have that I answer for them and give them all my contact information and let them know that they'll be plugged into the group and when the next group starts. It's really important information for them to know. And usually I don't hear from them, which is good because now I'm being more effective with my time. Rather than getting lots of messages back and forth and taking the time to answer each person separately, why not just send one email that you can send to everybody, put in the time to make one great email, and then you're going to be more time efficient from there on out. Now, from there, when you actually create the group, when you sign up with another coach, and again, I would advise you to be selective with who you choose. I don't want you to say never pair up with anybody. You'll learn lessons from pairing up with other coaches. You will learn good things that they do that you should incorporate, and you will see things that they're doing that you don't like, and you'll take lessons. It's really important to do that. But I do encourage all my coaches to pair up with other people, put a post in the Can't Stop Won't Stop page, and just say, hey, I want to start a challenge group this day. Anybody else interested? So, basically, once you get them into a challenge group, you're taking a week usually that you're posting, unless you're running the group with just one person, where maybe you're each doing 2 weeks or whatever. There's a week of preseason. And then there's very often 3 weeks if we're doing like a 21-day fixed group. Okay. So when you sign up to post, this is what that means. This means that you are expected to post 2 times a day. The first post should go up between 7 to 8:30 in the morning. The second post should go up at night by like anywhere between like 7:30 and about 9 o'clock p.m. We don't want them going up at 10:30 or 11 at night. A lot of people, like Amanda, is already in bed at 10 p.m., right? So that's too late. But if you get people in the dinner hour, they may not see it. If you are going somewhere that night and the best you can do is to get it up at 6 or 6:30 and you can't get up any later, it's fine, ladies. This is not like I'm going to ride you like a horse. You know what I mean? Like, just do the best that you can to have it up in those times. So write those down. And those are higher traffic times. People are getting up, having breakfast, having coffee. They can see what the challenge is for the day. We don't want to wait until 9:30 when they're already at work and then they can't really do it most of the day. Also, if there's any of you that take workout pictures, if you do your workout in the morning, please post right away. Don't wait to post it until 10 p.m. Remember, you're setting the example in the group. So if you've done a morning workout or you've done the challenge, I'm not saying that you have to work out early. We all do it when it's convenient for us. But if you are a workout person, please make sure that picture's up early because we need some people. I know that when I logged in the morning, but when I was just waking up and I see some sweaty pictures already up, I'm like, oh, it gets me going. Like, I got to get going too. I can do this. Like, there's already people at work today. I got to join them. So it encourages and inspires and motivates everybody. So do that. And also make sure that you are always posting your workout pictures and your daily check-in. Again, we are the example. They are looking to you to do this. So you check in every day. If you miss once or twice in a round, you forget it. Okay, post the next day. Oops, I can't believe I forgot. Here's my 2 check-ins. It's not the end of the world, but it shouldn't be something that you're forgetting to do every couple of days or not at all. When you find that, and I've seen coaches do that, you're going to find that your challengers aren't checking in as much, aren't doing as many pictures, and they are not having as good of an experience to go to the results. They're not going to sign up with you as a discount coach. They're not going to stay on the shake. They're probably going to fall off the bandwagon. And honestly, it's going to be partially your fault. It's really serious stuff. So yes, do I hope these people are going to be able to work out on their own and push play on their own in the future and not need the support of a challenge group? I do, but it takes a while to create a lifestyle change. So I'm no longer limiting people to 2 rounds because they may need me longer than 2 rounds. And I'm okay with that because I'm here to serve. So, but you can't force them to do it. I'm not saying that. I don't want you. I have taken it personally when somebody has fallen off a couple times. And now I realize if I give them my best and my tools and my attention and my time, and it's not enough, nothing's going to be enough. I have to wait till they have that revelation inside of themselves that they can do it until they truly want to change. But when they do, and many of them do when they're here, it's our job to really help them get those results. I had a girl who a couple weeks ago had started drinking the shake, and you could just see sometimes she didn't do it, or when she did, she had like a low rating, and I was like, "What's going on?" So I reach out to my challengers personally once a week in a personal message. So I don't just do these messages. I have a personal relationship with them that I'm building. Even if I kind of know how they're going. Hey, you did great this first week. I'm really looking forward to week number 2. It gets a little bit harder in the second week to stay motivated. And, you might be sore. And this is when some people fall away. So I totally want to get you strong this weekend, ready to be in it mentally. Do you need some help with a new meal plan or do you have one set up? That kind of a thing. So it can be real, real quick. And you can even copy and paste it to some of them too. I just wouldn't group message it. So I do that. And that's also when I follow up with them about how they're liking the shakes, how they're, and then that first week, the girl said to me, well, I'm not really liking it very much. I don't like the taste. It's not. And I said, really? So are you working with a recipe? Did you try that recipe that was in my welcome email? She's like, oh my gosh, I never read that. I'm so sorry. She went back to it. She did it. She's like, oh my gosh, I love it. I can't believe I did. I'm so sorry. Like, it's okay. Problem solved, but I never would have known it if I wouldn't have followed up with her personally. If I would have just been in there on autopilot, great job, do better with your shake tomorrow. Like it's more to coaching than that, right? So, so she's all hooked up, and then in the next week. So I know you're liking the shakes now. Are you noticing the benefits of them yet? Have you noticed that you have decreased sweet tooth cravings and junk cravings, and that you're losing maybe a little bit more weight, or maybe not because they're probably not on the scale, hopefully. But are you noticing more energy? Those cravings. Are you noticing improved hair, skin, and nails? Feeling like you're more regulated with your digestion. And most times people will be like, oh my gosh, I am. But they didn't really realize it was the shake. So that's important. It places value on the shake. Then the next week when you follow up, they probably will want to stay on the shake at a discount. And honestly, if you're not having a good likelihood of people signing up to stay on the shake, you really got to look at what you've been doing. Have you been posting pictures of yourself drinking your shake? Have you gotten them good recipes? Do you know that they found a recipe they like, and are you helping them? Are you placing value? Like, are you loving the convenience of the shake? Like, it's my favorite thing about it that I don't, it helps saves me. It's like my lifesaver from doing those unhealthy options. So always be coming from what's working for you and give them that personalized attention. I can't emphasize that enough. And each person matters, ladies. If you have one challenger one will only become two, will become three and four if you are giving that one person your all. Um, so two for one, what we would do for all. In these groups, I think of Ecclesiastes 4 and 9 through 12. And it says, I'm sure you know it, two are better than one. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. That is the point of this group, ladies. We are all going to fall down. You've been there yourself, right? And maybe you didn't think of giving up completely, but many of these people are. So we have the opportunity when they fall down to say, you can do this. Like, you can do it. Don't worry. It was just one day. You've had so many more on days than off days lately. That's major progress. So just get back on tomorrow. But I find that in these groups, it's really easy to cruise into autopilot, right? And to just be like, well, don't worry, you'll do better tomorrow. Tomorrow's a new day. Just one generic little line and just keep going. Especially if you're not a really personal person, if you're a little bit more of an introvert or anything, this might be harder for you. But I can guarantee that it's going to be worth its weight in gold for you to work on this skill because people feel that you want them to not just be somebody that signs up with you. I gotta tell you, all my challengers have been my best sources of business for me. So I'm getting referrals from them. They want their friends to come in. They talk to their friends about it. They get people. They're posting their own results now, like Andrea Addison does. And, she gets huge hits and people that are interested. She sent multiple people my way. Sherry brought her friend Tracy in. Like, I mean, ladies, I don't even have to do work. They're there. They're ready to sign up. I barely have to talk to them. And it's awesome. I get so many referrals because I am putting all my time into the, well, not all my time, but a lot of my time into these groups, and it will never let you down. The payback is huge. If you skimp on the challenge groups, you're not going to have a successful business. So, these people will also get, when you pour into them and help them get better results, those great results with their permission, you can share on Facebook. You can recognize them, first of all. Recognition is huge. Like, we always want to be recognizing our challengers. If you haven't done this yet, like, throw up a post, like this girl started and she has had so much on her plate. She's a full-time working mom, and she is nailing her workouts. Like, I did that with Casual early on. And I did that with, I think it was Andrea. I can't remember who else. And they were like, it meant so much to them. Like, these people, you have the power to really just make someone stay. So many of them do not get recognized in their jobs or in their lives in general. And that fuels people, right? That's what helps us push forward. Is someone tells us we're doing it, we're doing something right, we're doing a great job and rewards us. So that recognition is huge. And always want to be recognizing our challengers. And you can also, when you do that from your heart, when you're really thinking about them and recognizing them, more business will come your way. People will see what your groups are all about versus you trying to create a salesy ad to get more people. It comes through. It's all about the position of your heart. And also, when you can also use those in advertisements for challenge groups, so long as you have their permission. So once you get people getting good results, then you have that, and it really drives people to your groups. Also, texts, PMs, or posts that they put in the group that you have their permission to share. If they share their story or how much this has helped them, or their non-scale victory, and you want to recognize them, ask them if you can, and then do that. And that helps people see what your challenge groups are all about too. So, and also you should be, really getting discount coaches from your groups. As long as you're following up with them about the shakes and making sure they love them, you can be building your business to diamond just from discount coaches. So, ladies, literally everything Christina Rush, she has built her business entirely from her challenge groups. So I still want this for you. And I find that for me, it's hard because I kind of want to say, listen, you aren't putting in enough energy. You're not in the group more than once a day for 5 minutes, and I'm carrying the load of the group. I don't want to pair up with you anymore. I can say that to other coaches, but not to my own coaches. And that's hard because I'm not your boss, so I can't demand this of you. All I can do is encourage you from the bottom of my heart to give all to your challengers, and it will repay you tenfold. And all of the things that you're lacking right now in your business will truly be there if you take that time to invest in it. Have you guys felt like you've gotten kind of bored in the challenge groups maybe? I hit that within 2 to 3 months, and I was like, I got to change the script. I feel like these people already memorized these posts. So I started changing them. And I have now 2, 3 times revamped my whole script for the daily challenges from scratch. Everything that you guys are using right now, you are copying and pasting from what I took the time to make from scratch. So always be working on new scripts or new posts, putting in your own voice. Don't just copy and paste. When you're a new coach, that's fine. But when you're more of a seasoned coach, really and truly put your heart and your soul into it. Think of what somebody might be feeling today, what you're feeling, and what you think would resonate with them. Those are always the best posts. If you want to motivate people, I know I did that this week at the beginning. I really riled people up that it was the last week and they don't need a new round, that they can still finish strong. And I got so many people I hadn't seen posts from for a while. So definitely do that. Remember that you are first and foremost a challenger. They are looking to you to be the example. And we are working on ourselves, or we should be first and foremost every day. So please don't put your business priorities in front of your challenge groups. These people already paid you for a service that it's yours to come through on. It wasn't just a transaction. That's not what Carl Deichler or anyone wants. We want to be coaching these people. It does take time. It is worth it. My challenges are all have bought new programs almost 2 times over now. Like every 2 or 3 months, they're buying new programs. Most of them are on the Shakes discount coaches. Some of them are thinking about coaching. Many of them drive my groups because they are in there every day posting. They inspire other people. They encourage other people. They take work off of me because they're posting so much that I almost don't even have to post as much. So really and truly, the more work you pour into the groups, the more it'll come back to you. However, I don't want you to live in a challenge group. If right now you have the notification come up on your phone every single day that oh, someone just commented on this, someone, please get that off. It's going to drive you crazy. It's going to drive your family crazy. You're never going to be present to your family. You're going to be living in a group. And all those little check-ins are going to add up to way more time than if you just did 3 times a day. So what you should be doing as a coach when you are running a group, you have a week that you're posting 2 times a day, not just in that week, but all across the board of the entire time. And this starts in preseason, ladies. Preseason, I was so disappointed in my last group, this past one I'm in right now. No one was commenting on anything in the preseason post. That is when people need you the most. They have questions. We got to get them set up for success, like posting our examples, asking people how they're feeling. Are they ready? So all my other coaches should be also commenting and posting in that preseason week as well, not just me if I'm the one running it. And make sure that that's where you will really set the stage for everything that's going to happen in the challenge group and get the energy up high. Make themes if you want a theme. I'm going to do a fall theme for this next group because I feel like we just need some oomph and energy, where I'm going to share some donut holes and pumpkin things and things that are healthy versions of fall treats and some apple chips and stuff, and really try to create some new fun challenges. Like take a picture of yourself trying to do a headstand or something like that, just to shake it up so that they don't always know what to expect with Squat Low and Fight for it Friday with the plank. We get bored of it, and I don't want to get bored with it because then that's going to come across in the group, and I want them to get bored with it. So we always got to be making that new. Our challenge groups are really where it's at. And so make sure that when you want to check in 3 times a day. So some of you I'm noticing are just checking in once a day, and that really is not enough. Sometimes people will ask a question like, oh my gosh, I'm about to go out to lunch. I have no idea. What can I have? Can someone answer me quick? You don't have to always be there 24/7, but standard that I was taught, that all the top coaches do, that Amanda does, that Christina does, we check in 3 times a day. First thing in the morning, nap, or lunchtime, whatever it is for you. And then again at night. And that's so important because there's going to be different times a day. People have different questions. And, different coaches can check in at different times. So there's kind of hopefully always going to be some kind of energy or response going. But those 3 times a day, when you get in and you're like, okay, it's 8:05, I have until 8:10 or 8:12 to get in here. Boom, go. You scroll through, you comment, you like it. I mean, be yourself. Don't just be generic. Okay, good job. Da-da. Make posts. Liking a post is not enough, ladies. It's not. If 20 other people have already commented on it, or 5 other people have got some good conversations going, okay, you can like it. But in general, you really do want to always make a response comment. And again, it is not just on your challengers, it is on everybody's. Because I know sometimes I feel like I'm pouring more into other people's challengers because they have questions that I can answer or that I can relate to. So always just be doing that, and make sure that you're checking in 3 times a day, and that you always do the daily challenge yourself. It'll be so much quicker. I'm so much quicker in the challenge groups now. I go through everybody's. I really make it my goal to comment on everybody's posts, unless there's already been a ton of responses and I don't really have anything to add. So it really doesn't take up a lot of time, but this is what coaching is. So coach your challengers. If you aren't getting discount coaches, look in your challenge groups. If people are not getting good results, look at the example that you are setting. If they're boring and blah, amp up the energy, make a new script, create a theme, have fun with it, ladies. These should be fun. We are challengers first and foremost, always, and we are coaching these people. We are not selling them, and this is where it happens, is in the challenge group. So I hope that helps you realize the importance of a group. They have transformed my business. When I started to do them on autopilot, then when I really started to give them my all, my income went up so high, and I kept getting referrals from people, and I have to work so much less now when I'm really kind of all in my groups. So I hope that this next group will be better than ever for all of us, and I hope that helps you understand more of the importance of the group and some tips to help you do it kind of efficiently. Just checking in 3 times a day pretty quickly, getting it out, and don't keep checking in throughout the day. Just set it to those 3 times and that will save you time. And then try to get some pictures up early in the day if you can, or a challenge or anything. Share a recipe while you're eating, be in the group and get those people some results. Give them your all, and they will give you their all, I promise. Have a great day, ladies. Take care.